Hey everybody, welcome back to Sama Sisters Against Mental Abuse. I'm your host Misty, and look, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. Things have been hectic the last couple of months, but I want to say thank you to everyone that reached out, checked on us, and just still offered your support. I still fully intend to make this a community for and by Black women to share our stories and to talk about, mental abuse and just all these different topics that happen. We do have a Discord that we're working on. And as always, you ladies can reach out to me. I want to jump into this rap beef between Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. But I have a take that a lot of people are missing. First off, Megan released a song, and in the song, Hiss, she mentioned Megan's Law. And Megan's Law is the law that says that sex offenders have to make the public aware that they are offenders. So Nicki Minaj heard this and she took it personally. No names were said, but Nicki spiraled and she talked about Megan's mother and how Megan's mother was dead and how she got shot in the foot and she was calling her Bigfoot. It's just really disgusting because I hate to see Black women off code. I hate to see Black women beefing. Like, I know rap beef is lucrative and entertaining and it sells. Both of them are trending now. Songs are on the top of the charts. I just can't get with it. I don't like it and I find it to be sad. We all know that Megan Thee Stallion was shot and Tory Lanez was found guilty. I don't like how many people made fun of Megan for being a victim of what essentially was domestic violence. How can we laugh at that? How can we find that funny? Like, people ridiculed her, from rappers like Drake and some of these other rappers that I don't even know, but they made fun of her or they made lines and songs about her situation. Why are we laughing at domestic violence? Like, why is it so normal? And these are in songs. People sing these lyrics. I could go on a whole rant about how rap and hip hop has had some of the worst misogynistic lyrics, and it's directed at Black women specifically. So we hear it so often, we are desensitized and we're conditioned to accept that this is how men in our community are going to speak to their women. We're conditioned for that and we accept it, which I find to be awful. We're also conditioned to laugh and be unbothered by domestic violence. Look at how y'all talk about Tina Turner. People made fun of her and Ike for so long, and it's just normal. Everybody's desensitized to it. Y'all think it's funny, or you don't think anything of it. I find it disgusting because I don't see other groups laughing at domestic violence, period. And I'm not leaving room for the people that say, oh, Tory didn't do it. He was found guilty, so he did it. And I'm not going to argue with anyone who thinks otherwise. But it's not okay. We're also conditioned to be okay with sex offenders and abusers. Abusers and sex offenders have no shame in our community. In the Black community, they have no shame. Her brother is also an offender, and she defended him and bailed him out. This is so normalized. A Black man could be abusive, be in prison for, I don't know, being an offender or trying to off his Black girlfriend, and then get out today and have a new woman by tomorrow. It's just so normal. They don't have any shame. As for Nicki, everybody knows that she's married to him and she's not ashamed either. Like, wouldn't you be ashamed? And the thing is, I know there are people that are offenders and they really make the effort to make their lives different, to get away from whatever held them back or whatever happened. It's sick to think of. But he just re-offended last year. This man is not sorry. And Nicki Minaj went on a rant for hours and hours. She spiraled trying to defend her sex offender husband. And that's normal. Like, we're all okay with it. Like, people are outraged because of what Nicki said about Megan's mom, but nobody's outraged at how Megan was dragged for being a victim of domestic violence. And as one of my friends, Lexus Exodus, she pointed out that Nicki was a victim of domestic violence. So you were in this situation where you were also being physically attacked by a man that you supposed to have been with, and you turn around and you laugh at a woman who's in that situation. Like, why are we not empathetic toward one another? The fact that Nicki married a sex offender and her brother, both of those men, the things that they did were to little black innocent girls. Nicki Minaj was a little black innocent girl at some point. How could she not empathize? My main point is that we are conditioned to accept this behavior. So when little black girls, young black women, black teenage girls, when they see this kind of behavior in relationships or toward them from their partner, it's just normal. They're desensitized to it, so they're thinking, well, it's not a big deal. Or if I speak out, I'm going to be made fun of. And that's really upsetting. We have to stop the cycle. And one of the ways that we stop the cycle is to take other black women seriously when they say that they're being abused. Or when you hear behavior that sounds like abuse, you listen to them. You make space for that. That's the first step. I don't see how a black woman making fun of another black woman for being abused or assaulted is ever okay. This whole thing, nobody's talking about the conditioning. Nobody's talking about what this means to the little black girls and teenage black girls on social media watching these women go at each other when there's offenders involved and when there's DV involved. We should be taking this seriously. I just want to speak to any black woman who feels like she's being abused. Please find a way, find your group, find your people. Find the people that are going to give you validation, that are going to offer support. And if you can't find that support somewhere else, please reach out to me. Like, we here are building a platform for black women to be supported. samatogethernow@gmail.com. You can message me on Instagram or TikTok or wherever. But black women need to know that they are supported. Mental abuse is still abuse. Physical abuse is still abuse. There are different types of abuses that escalate. And we have black women losing their lives right now because they're not reporting it. What we have on the data is not even correct because there's so many black women that are conditioned to think that they have to accept abuse, or that abuse is normal, or that it's expected, or that abuse is nothing because you're supposed to stand by this man. And that's not the case. And I resent black women in the spotlight who make it look like it's okay. I resent women like Nicki Minaj, who, first of all, was silent about it. She had an opportunity to share her story and let people know. I mean, you don't have to share your story, but I'm not going to forgive her for making fun of Megan for being a victim of domestic violence when she was one. That's disgusting. So if you are a black woman and you need support, reach out to me. I will listen to you. We can just sit on the phone and talk. I don't care. I like any way you got to get to me. If you have to message me, if you want a phone call, I'm here to support you because you need to know that your feelings are valid and that abuse is a very serious thing. Because I'm seeing more and more black women having their lives taken. I just listened to a story the other day where this top lawyer was a black woman that was like the top lawyer in Baton Rouge. She met a man, of course, that was not on her level. He started physically assaulting her, and she wasn't calling police. She wasn't really telling people, and he ended up taking her life. Just break the cycle of conditioning is what I'm asking you all. As black women, I'm asking you all to support one another because this is how we get rid of this conditioning, is by creating a space where it's okay to talk about it. Anyway, I didn't went off tangent, but I thank you all for listening. Remember, mental abuse is abuse.